Today we're going to talk about some side hustles. Side hustles are the best way for you to be able to control any of your financial goals and get you to that financial freedom. Hey everyone, my name's Nolan. My students call me Professor G, and it is my passion helping young people understand personal finance, the ins and outs of starting a business. Let's do this. First of all, what is a side hustle? So in my classes, students always ask me, hey, how can I start a side hustle? What they have online is just embarrassing almost. We'll see things from gurus like grow your YouTube channel, be an influencer on Instagram, make dividends off of stock. These are all slow building and take a lot of time for you to get there. Now, when you get there, that's awesome. But we're talking about side hustles. We're talking about side hustles.
And we're in here talking about practice. We're talking about practice.
The whole idea here is side hustle, something that we can do extra to what we're already doing and already making money with. So let's talk about the side hustle and why it's a must for 2021. If you guys were to start a job, they're gonna pay you $12, $15 an hour, and that's awesome. Great. Make that money, save some of it, please. Probably going to take you a year, maybe 2 years until you get a promotion. And even then, $1 raise per hour is a pretty big raise. And most people aren't getting that. It's more like 20 cents or something. Let's just say that you buy, 10 different things from a garage sale and you paid $20 total. Go onto eBay, flip it, and you make $100. You just made $80 more in 1 day of work, whereas if you were waiting on that $1 per hour raise, that's 80 hours. That's technically 2 full weeks, full time, of putting in more work just to make the same amount of money. So the side hustle is a smart way if you're ready to grind a little bit. All right, now that we're all on board knowing that a side hustle is the way to go, let's go ahead and figure out which one we should pick. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of different types of side hustles, and I want you to pick the one that most resonates with you. Maybe it's something that you're just super good at, or maybe you're just very efficient. You can get it done fast, and so then you make money quicker. Think about what it is that maybe you'd like to do, and something that isn't too terribly hard because you are adding it in with whatever else you're doing. So this list is not an order of importance or anything like that. It's just for you to start racking your brain a little bit and figuring out what might be best for you. So the easiest and most convenient, where it's already set up for you, are things like Instacart, Uber, DoorDash, or things like this. And the reason why this one made my list is because, like I said earlier, it's already kind of set up for you. You have to make a profile. In some of them, you have to do a background check or just show that maybe you know how to drive and you have a vehicle and things like that. But if you have the basic requirements, this one is so good because you get to pick and choose when you want to do it. I have friends who work out at my gym. They'll go and they'll do a quick job and then they'll drop it off with the customer and then they get to go home. It was already on their way home, and because of that, they made a quick 15, 20 bucks. They just kind of fit it in, and if you do that daily, over the month, you could make an extra $500 to $1,000 just by adding in these when they're convenient for you. Now something like Uber or Lyft, 2 hours or something on a Saturday or different times, and you're gonna get paid for that. The next side hustle that I really like but is a little bit crowded is managing someone's social media for them. A lot of you guys have grown up with a phone in your hand and you've had Instagram since you were 4 years old, and so you know how to talk the language. You know that what goes on Instagram probably shouldn't go on Facebook, and what's on TikTok is probably not on LinkedIn, so you understand these platforms. But if you look at some of these boomers and even millennials, they have no idea. They're putting a super long, boring video on TikTok, writing way too much words, some weird formatting, some weird background camera right in front of their face. So you guys can go ahead and help a lot of these people. The best place that you should look is professional practice type people. So people like chiropractors or dentists or even psychologists. These people are very, very skilled at what they do. They know so much about that they know very little about everything else. So that's where you can come in and say, look, I'll take this off your hands. I will make it so that we grow this thing and we get your customers to give you feedback and likes and just keep you on the top of the mind. You can even do that from your home. You can go in there and take a couple pictures or videos every once in a while, but you can set up a schedule of when you're going to post whenever. So that's a great side hustle there. The next 3 side hustles that I'm going to talk with you guys about are actually non-digital. And that's on purpose, because I guarantee that if you look up other YouTube channels, or if you look up on Google like the best side hustles for 2021, I guarantee most, if not all of them, are going to be digital. Everything's about convenience, and they know that you probably want to make a quick buck, and you can do that from your home if it's all digital. Problem is, though, that everyone is kind of trying to do that, and especially with this work from home type stuff, everybody is doing that, and so you need to stick out in a way that's going to make something convenient for someone else, but maybe for yourself, it's not as convenient. That's where the real money is. These next three kind of sound old school, but I promise you, nobody else is doing them, and so this is an easy way for you to make some actual money. So the first one is my favorite and something I did when I was your guys' age or younger: mowing lawns. Guys, mowing lawns are so easy. It's so easy. If you just know how to stand behind a lawnmower and walk with it and then be able to empty a bag, you can make a bunch of money. And the reason for this is a lot of people are working 9 to 5 or more. The last thing on their mind as a homeowner is to do that next one more thing. On a Saturday or Sunday where they finally have some free time, they don't want to be outside mowing their lawn. They'd rather hang out with the family that they haven't seen all weekend. So they're willing to pay you 20, 30, 40 bucks for your half hour of work. If you guys go out and you buy a lawnmower, $100 to $200, maybe we'll say $150. You buy an edger, maybe another $100, maybe $150. Every once in a while, you'll need some gas. I guarantee that you'll make $20 to $40, maybe $50 per job. They're building houses all over the place now. So go to a new build community, and in that new build community, you're gonna have a bunch of new homeowners. All these people don't have a relationship with someone who can mow their lawn yet. So you go in and you tell them, look, I do this lawn, I do this lawn. I'm going to go ahead and do your lawn for you, and this is my rate, and maybe even have some pictures to show them that you know what you're doing. They're going to be so excited to be able to just offload that onto you. The big thing for you, though, is you can do that with 5 or 10 or 20 new clients, and they're all in the same area. If you have to drive to each one and they're on different parts of the town, that eats into your time. But if they're right next door, you finish one, you start the next one. You could potentially end up with 5 to 10 new clients within feet of each other. They're going to give you an average of $25 or so for 30 minutes of work. You could do 10 clients, and that's 5 total hours of work on like a Saturday, and make $250. If you did that and you worked one Saturday for 5 hours every week for a month, that's an extra $1,000. I guarantee this is one of the best side hustles that you can do. The next side hustle that I'm going to recommend is solar panel cleaning. So especially in California, but also in Arizona and a lot of other states, they're mandating that everybody has solar in some way, shape, or form. And what we're starting to learn is these solar panels get dirty over like 6 months or so of just dust in the air. And so a homeowner who's getting 100% efficiency from these solar panels in January are losing a bunch of efficiency by the time July hits. With that means that they're not getting as much out of what they're paying full price for to have these solar panels. So it's such an easy sell for you to be able to show them the data. Here's the efficiency of what happens when a solar panel works well, and here's the efficiency of what happens when it's dirty and dusty. And so you go door to door and just talk to these homeowners and say, you have these solar panels that you've been paying for, you might as well get the most efficiency out of them. If I can save you $500 within 6 months, would you be willing to pay me $50 to clean them off? I don't know anybody who's going to say no to that question. Lastly, car washing. So you could potentially do 15 cars in a day, make anywhere from 20 to, depending on the types of cars, probably $20 a car to $30 or $40 a car. You can make hundreds of dollars in one day's work if you really, really put in the work. Not only that, if neighbors start seeing that you're doing this for their neighbors, they're going to come out and say, oh man, I want that. Like, when you're done with that, can you do mine too? I promise you, it happens every time. Another good strategy for car washing would be to go to a business park, because these business professionals are there from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. they don't have time to drive their car to a car wash. And so if you can go to the business park and you can make an announcement real quick, stand up and just say, hey guys, I'm going to be washing cars today from 8 a.m. to noon. If you'd like me to wash your car, come sign up on this list. And you have a list with time slots, and then they just give you the keys and you can move their car and then wash it down. I see this happening all the time and people are making a killing off of it because, again, it's convenience. Doesn't seem like it's such a big thing or a big idea like starting the next iPod or something, but it's these little things that help make the cash for you to be able to start building your wealth. So I know I said I was going to have 5 side hustles for this video, but what I want to do is throw in a little bonus because I don't think that this is necessarily a side hustle. This is more similar to what those gurus online are telling you about how to make some money, but they really mean how you can make money long term if you're willing to put in a lot of work. So not necessarily a side hustle. So here's the deal. What you need to do is research something that these boomers and even millennials don't understand. Or maybe they're writing it off. A long while ago, that was something called the internet, right? That came up and these people that were maybe older at the time were like, that's never gonna catch on, no way. Then there were some people, younger, probably like you, who said, actually, that sounds like a pretty good idea. I'm going to put a little money into that because I think that might turn into something. Or I'm going to learn maybe the skills of how to code online or something, even though it's kind of hard and weird and I don't know if it's going to catch on now. And now those people are all the people running the world. They're running the Amazons, they're running Microsoft, they're running Apple, right? So what is that now that we can start learning about so that we can be ahead for when that does actually hit? Things like NFTs or cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, and really understanding it, not just buying the random like Dogecoin or whatever you have heard your friends say or some meme told you to buy. Really understand it. Like Pokemon cards or even shoe flipping or something like that. These things that are starting to get really hot to where older people are saying, that's not worth my time, until they start to see that somebody bought some shoes for $500 and sold them for $15,000. That might be worth someone's time. Here's the spark notes for today. A side hustle is going to be your best bet to get you to whatever your financial goal is. It's going to get you there quicker and with more control because you get to decide when you work. Be smart with your money that you make and don't just blow it all on the new Yeezys. Unless you're going to flip the Yeezys and you have a strategy for that, then I'm with you. But I want you guys to be smart with it, save a good amount of it, hold it for the next big thing that we talked about, and start learning and understanding what that might be so that you have some money ready to be able to throw it into something that you understand. The homework for this week is for you to start a side hustle. Think about the thing that you know you can do, that you can actually get done, and just start making a plan to make it happen and go get that first customer. I promise you, once you start to see how easy it is to make an extra 10, 15, 20 bucks in 10, 15, 20 minutes, you're going to start really liking it, and it's going to really increase your bank account, and it's going to be good. That's all I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon. Professor G, out.